She makes like video content of old games, like
I'm sorry,
Juggernaut.
baby.
Alright, if you're gonna have these conversations, can you please let me know?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're being insanely loud.
I am. I'm sorry. I was too loud, guys.
I gotta feel in trouble.
I'm sorry. My wife wants to go to sleep. I'm sorry, guys.
How's my weekend going? Good. Oh, so, all right. So let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday was my day off, okay? Little different of a day off for me. Why? Because I had a delivery coming. As I've told you guys, I am working on fixing up my house. So I've lived here for 12 years, okay? In the 12 years I've lived here, financially, I was pretty bad off for a while, and mostly because of my bad choices. Not 100%, but I'll take responsibility for like 80% of it was me doing really bad things with my finances, racking up credit, not paying stuff down like I should have, and being irresponsible financially, okay? There, I said it. I'm 80% responsible. 20% of it was out of my control, but 80% of it, the brunt of it, I'll take responsibility for, all right? I'll never take 100% responsibility because then I'd be the only person who did the wrong thing, and I'm not willing to do that. Absolutely not. No. Never. Never, ever will you hear me do that. Never will I take full responsibility. Anyway, so... So, now things are better. Last couple of years, things have been doing really good, okay? And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fix up my house. I'm trying to renovate areas. I'm trying to clean out areas that have been not used properly or just been like cluttered. And so I have rooms that I've cleaned out, areas that are now being repurposed. And there's one room that I have that I want to use. So we actually decided to start furnishing it, and we had bought some furniture for this room, okay? So the furniture got delivered yesterday. I'll tell you a little story, okay? So, when you go and you buy furniture, of course, the people in the store are so nice, and they tell you the whole process. So here's how it's going to go, Mr. Burnell, all right? 3 days before the delivery, you're going to get a text, and the text is going to give you, the date, the time frame window of a 3-hour window of when your furniture will be delivered, and it'll give you some ins and outs or whatever. If there's anything you need to tell us specifically about the delivery, reply to that message and give us all the information. And I said, well, this is perfect because I live in a private community. They need to know that they enter from a certain end of the street because the other end is not accessible. They need to know the gate code to get into the private community. And they said, oh, no problem. Be sure. All you got to do is send them the information. When they text you, just text them back and you'll be good. Okay, sounds good to me. All right, perfect. So, it's a few days before the furniture delivery. I get a text, but you can tell it's automated. This is not a human texting you. This is probably AI, okay? And I'm like, all right. So, they give me the information. They tell me the date, which is going to be, Saturday. They tell me the time frame window of when they're coming. It's 3-hour time frame window. And they say, you'll even get a link to show where the truck is. You'll be able to follow them on a GPS during the day, so you'll know exactly where they are and what's going on. There's no way you can miss your delivery because you'll know where they are. Sounds good to me, okay? So I respond to that message and I say, hey, so just so you know, I live in a private community. You need to enter from this end of the street at this gate. This is the gate code. Here's even how to get. I said, even once you get through the gate, here's how you get to my house. It's easy, but here's how you do it. So I give them every detailed instructions. And it keeps responding, thank you for the information. This information will be forwarded to your driver. Thank you for the information. This information will be forwarded to your driver, right? And then that's it. All right, we're good. So yesterday, it's the morning, and they gave me a time window of 3 hours, and it's a little earlier than normally we would even be ready to do stuff on our day off, because we technically like to try to sleep in on the day off, okay? But because this furniture is getting delivered, we can't sleep in. We have to get up earlier because it might actually get delivered on the earlier side. So, I get up, and they actually sent me the link. This is cool. So I click, and it shows you the GPS. It shows you where the truck is. Oh, this is neat. This is never have I experienced anything like this before. Maybe this really will be nice and seamless. No problem, right? So I'm tracking it. It says there's 5 deliveries, and I'm delivery number 5. There's 4 deliveries in front of me. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's pretty neat. So I'm tracking it, and it's giving me an estimated time. It's saying that it's going to estimate that it's probably going to be here around 12:30 p.m. Okay, no problem. So over the course of the morning, I keep checking it to see if it's updating. But the weirdest thing is happening. So I click on it and it shows, here's the truck. It's in, it's local to me. So it's showing me where it's driving, delivering other people's furniture. But then all of a sudden it would blink and it would say that the truck is in Spokane, Washington. Now, for those who don't live in Washington, you would never know this. I live in the outskirts of Seattle. Spokane is like 5 hours east. So why is the truck saying it's in Spokane, Washington? If it's claiming within an hour, it's going to be at my place delivering my furniture. Like, what? Right? Like, I'm very confused. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Okay. But then it would reload after like 20 minutes, and then it would show that, oh, the truck's local again, and then it would say, oh, it's in Spokane, Washington again. The hell? At one point, it glitched, and it said, instead of your furniture coming at 12:30, it's coming at 5:30. And I said, now, wait a minute. I have things to do today. I have to go grocery shopping. I have other errands to run. It's my day off. It's when I do all this stuff. So I need to know actually when the furniture is coming. So I text the number again, saying, hey, I don't know what's going on. It's claiming now that it says 5:30 p.m. Is this accurate or not? To which it just gave me a baloney response. Well, you're fifth in line. 1 delivery has been made. 4 more need to be made. And we'll let you know when we know anything else. And that was it. So it was like worthless information. So I'm sitting here. I'm like, I really hope that this thing is truthful and they are locally in my area, and not that there's some truck in Spokane, Washington that has to drive across the entirety of the state from eastern Washington to western Washington to deliver my furniture, because they might not be here till late night. Okay? So I wait and I wait and I wait. It's probably about, I want to say, 12:30-ish now, 1 p.m.-ish. And it updates again, and finally it updates, and it actually is now seeming to be accurate, and it says, okay, almost all the deliveries are made. Your delivery will be coming by roughly between 1:30 to 2 p.m. All right? So just be ready. Perfect, right? Great. So I'm preparing. I'm ready. All right? 1:30 comes by, and you can see the truck is coming down the street. It's coming down the street. It's coming down the street. And then as it's at like where it would turn into my community and be at the gate, it glitches and says it's in Spokane, Washington. So what the dude, it was right here. I was about to actually let them in. Like, I have a way to open the gate if I want to, rather than having to use the code. I was going to let them in. What the fuck? Why does it say they're in Spokane again? Okay. Then it unglitches. All right. And guess what happens? They're in the wrong facility. Okay. They are now in the apartment complex that's 1 section over on my street. So they turned too late. And they're in this very confusing maze-like apartment complex over there. And they're just driving in circles. Okay? And I'm like, shit, they missed the turn. So they're not going to know what's going on right now. So I text the thing and I say, the drivers are in the wrong thing next door. Can we notify them that they need to go back out to the main road and take a right? And then right there is my road. Okay? We will forward that information to the drivers. No problem. That's all it says, right? Okay. So as I'm sitting there, I'm like, I have an idea. Maybe I could get their attention, because there's a fence between my facility and this apartment facility, and it's chain link. Like, you can see right through it. So I go over there. I walk outside and I go, and I could see them. The truck is sitting in the parking lot with its hazard lights on. The drivers have no clue what the fuck is going on. They don't know where to go. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. I gave them the instructions. I told them specifically how to enter. I told them the gate code. Why do they not know that they need to be in a private community with a gate? This doesn't make sense. I gave them all the information earlier in the week, right? So I'm literally yelling, hey, over here, over here. They're not hearing me and they're not paying any attention. I'm like, oh my God. So now I realize everything here is automated. The AI and all this shit, none of it works. I sent them that information earlier in the week. Those drivers don't have that information. They have no idea. So they are literally just trying to get to my facility. And here's the problem. They're using Google GPS, and Google GPS doesn't work here. If you try to use it, it says that my house is in the apartment complex. It's not, but Google GPS is glitched. So a lot of people who try to deliver stuff to me and use Google GPS end up next door and can't find me. Okay? So I'm like, oh my God. Great. What am I going to do now? Because this is bunch of furniture. It's expensive, right? I'm going to have them drive away with this shit. They got to deliver it. So I'm like, well, what should I do? I know, I'll call the company. Rather than going through this AI bullshit, let me call the company. So I call the company. I talk to a human. I give the human all the information. As I'm doing that, I get a call on the other line. I answer it, and it's the driver of the truck, okay? Heavy accent, and barely speaks English. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying it's very hard to talk to the guy because he doesn't really understand me, okay? And I'm trying to tell him on the phone, you're literally next door to me. All you need to do is drive to the major road, take a right, take another right, and you're at my complex. You just have to do that. And he doesn't understand anything. And I'm trying to explain, didn't you get any instructions? He goes, what instructions? It's like, you were supposed to get instructions. I said all of this to the furniture company earlier this week per their instructions. I gave you all the information on how to get there. The guy had no clue what I was talking about. Zero. Like, I don't know what you mean. Okay? So finally, I go back to the other line. I talk to this other woman who I'm trying, and she's like, okay, give me the information. She apparently gets in contact with them, and finally, they get to the front gate and they get to my house. And they get out. Neither of them speak English, okay? And both of them are just showing me the Google GPS. And I'm like, yes, you can't use Google GPS to get to my house. It doesn't work. I knew this ahead of time. That's why I gave all the instructions specifically. I don't know why they told you to use Google GPS. For the record, do any of these furniture companies actually have their own delivery people? No. They all contract out. So this is a third-party company they pay to deliver furniture. Okay? I don't blame them. They probably were never given the information. They're just hired to do a job. They load the furniture on the truck and they use Google GPS to drive it around and deliver it all day. That's it. So I don't blame the delivery people. And for the record, they were very professional. They brought the furniture to the room. They unpacked it nicely. Everything's good. I have no complaints about their service, but it's a nightmare to even get it to your house because the company makes all these promises and they don't deliver on them. Oh, we have an AI thing. Just send it all the info. What did the AI do? Eat the fucking info and delete it? Like, why did I even bother giving them the info? So anyway, basically, we have some new furniture in the house now. We actually really like the furniture, but this took hours of work. Like, it should have been quick. And because of all this rigmarole, it was like a 2-hour deal. Finally, they were gone. And then we're like, well, let's get to the rest of our day. So now I'm way behind. So I had to rush out, do my grocery shopping, run my errands, come back. We ate dinner quick. It's like, oh. So truth be told, we didn't even get to use the furniture yet. Like, we want to, test it out and everything. We haven't been able to because it ended up being a hectic day. But we will. Over the course of this week, we'll give it a look and we'll see how it goes and go from there. But yeah, it was pretty stressful because of that. But at the same time, the furniture seems really good. Like, the quality of the furniture seems exceptionally good. So I'm not complaining, and it looks like we'll get good use out of it. Just why was it such a hassle to get it? And here's the other thing, right? Like, we really like the store, and we like the stuff in the store. And we were talking about, hey, maybe we'll order from them again. Maybe we'll get more furniture there. But the same thing's going to happen. They're just going to hire the same company. They're not going to get the information, and we're going to go through this stressful thing every time we get something delivered from this company because their AI doesn't work. Unbelievable. Okay. All right, well, you guys wanted to know what I did on my day off, and I told you. I hope you enjoyed the story. There you go. Okay. Do I like the series Twin Peaks?